Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to Factorio. As you can see, we're not back at Economy Co. We lost Economy Co. because the new update came out and our save got completely fucked.
Absolutely
we had to get an updated version of Bob's mods and all this kind of stuff. So we're starting again, which is all right because we actually don't really mind as long as you guys don't mind. And if you do, well, fuck yous. There's nothing really we can do about it. Sorry.
There's nothing.
So you know what to do, Danny. Grab some coal. I'm gonna go check out what's around us because just want to know where the aliens are at. But
I'm gonna get some wood.
And how have you been? You and I haven't been really talking to each other very much all week. As Danny has said before, I've been very busy this week, getting ready for shit, working, all that kind of stuff. So I just kind of haven't been around, and I'm sorry for that. But we'll get things back on track. Don't worry. But if you guys do see random crap thrown out on the channel, that's because I couldn't get around to help Danny with editing and recording and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, it's a team effort. Our channel is basically me and Dan just having fun, having a great time, and sharing it with.
Shooting the shit.
Yes.
We're just shooting the shit. So how have you been, man? What have you been up to this week?
Not much. Just trying to get social media up.
Apart from taking care of the channel, like.
Apart from taking care of the channel, I have been doing fuck all. I'm just gonna tell you straight. I've been, just living. Oh, it might not make much sense, but oh no, crap, made a mistake.
Oh, I found gold. I didn't know there was gold. Awesome. Hold on, I'm just gonna grab me a bit of gold. Yum yum. Well, earlier on this week, I started playing Metal Gear Solid 6,
what
5,
do you think of it?
Something. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm somebody who looked at Metal Gear Solid ages ago, and possibly due to the whole box thing that was going on. Do you know how he's like classically he hides in his box
yes.
and he gets away with all kinds of stuff? I always, that kind of deterred me a lot, and I always thought Snake was a bit silly, a bit stupid. Sorry for Metal Gear Solid fans, but I'm getting to the good bit. And I just never really got into Metal Gear Solid, and just never really thought much of it. I downloaded it. I thought, fuck, I have got nothing else I feel like playing at the moment. Let's try something new. So I gave that a go, and I'm fucking loving it. I haven't played that much. I've only done the intro and like a few missions, but it's just so much fun. It's just such a cool stealth game, and like it reminds me a lot of what it felt like when I was playing Assassin's Creed like 2 and Brotherhood and stuff,
the OG Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, and when it really felt like you had a lot more choice in how you went and did the assassinations, when you felt like it felt just really cool like that. Whereas this is kind of even on another level where it kind of just drops you in more or less an open world, but the missions are in specific places and around specific facilities, but it's up to you how you approach them, where you land your helicopter, and how you make your way up to them. Do you just go bursting in? Do you try stealth your way up? All this kind of stuff. It just feels really cool, and it feels grounded. Like when you are doing those stealth missions, it doesn't feel over the top. Like there's all kinds of stuff going on in it, and there's some kind of like skull face guy. I don't understand what the story is with him yet. He's like the main villain.
The fire guy.
No, there's this other guy who's I think.
Oh, okay, no. The thing is, I don't know much about the game.
Who's kind of in control of them, but yeah, there's that fire demon thing, and this skull face fella who is, I've only just met in the most recent mission, and but like apart from those things, it feels quite grounded and cool, and like it feels like you're really stealthing around, and there's stuff like you can grab people and you can interrogate them, and or you can kill them or knock them out, and you can just drag them along. Like I just love the moments like where there's two guys walking along and you run out, kind of grab one, put him into a lock, and then drag him behind a container and stab him. Like it's just fun little things like that. It's just quite cool. Only thing I would say is like the first half hour to 40 minutes of the game is literally like one huge cutscene.
Oh, I know. I've seen the beginning bit of it, and I was like, this is a lot of story. This is a lot of story.
It is, but like that's the funny thing is it does that bit, and then there's like no story for like 5 missions, and then you only get a little bit of story, and then you're back into missions again. And I think it's a funny way of doing it, but it's kind of cool as well that you're allowed that time to just go and do game stuff, and in a way you're kind of creating your own stories with that, and then but there is that underlying story as well.
Yeah.
I think that's just quite cool. But at that first half hour, if not for the fact that the cutscenes were quite cool and I was quite interested, I think I wouldn't have stuck with it. I thought it was pretty. I assumed it was just trying to really lead up to something. Only thing is, like, there is that fire demon fella who can just like absorb bullets, and you just keep running. Like, he just starts appearing more and more throughout that intro, and every time you see him, it's a cutscene. You're not unlike, you know how most games you would then have to go and run away, or you would have to try and hide as he came after you and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas instead it was just a load of cutscenes where things happened, and endlessly. It was kind of just like every time he appeared, it just had to prove that how indestructible he was. And I just, that kind of got a bit tiring, and
no, I can understand where
old
you're
after
going.
the first 3 times, and like I was eventually just like I kind of just want to play the game now. And I would say that even more, like, I would not start a new game of Metal Gear Solid because of that cutscene. It's worse than the likes of Oblivion and Skyrim, because at least in like those games you're doing something at the start.
Yeah.
And they can seem a bit tedious, but you're doing it, and you can always have a little bit of fun with it, or you can mod it and make it so that you just get straight into the game. But with this, like, knowing how good the gameplay is when you get to it, I would not do that fucking long ass intro again, because it was good the first time because it was kind of interesting and just kind of cool story wise, but I would not play it again because it's just way too long.
Way too long. Well, I haven't been playing much games recently. I've been just trying out things here and there. This month, I say, Evolve is the most I've played.
Evolve is good. I enjoy Evolve. Evolve is it's probably the best free to play game I can see out there at the moment.
Well, the thing is, I don't really play free to play games that often. You know what I mean? I'd say, here, I'll give it a look, I'll check it out. You know what I mean? But me,
yeah.
I'm not really a free to player.
Problem with free to plays is most of them are MMOs, and most of them there's not. I'm sorry. I'm wandering around here. I know I was just exploring on the map there, but I'm wandering around doing fucking nothing.
Well, I'm not too progressive myself. Like, I've done a few things.
Are you? What are you working on over there?
Stuff.
All right, you're doing iron, is it? You know, you can it's actually probably more efficient. You can, if you put the furnace right in front of the mine, it'll just the iron will go straight into the furnace.
Oh, I know. But like, I have things like, one of them is getting coal, one of them is getting coal and iron, and one of them is getting. It's just working out fine. It's working out fine.
All right. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Sure. Oh yeah. Sure. That makes sense. Cause yeah. No. Yeah. That's fine. I'm going to. What should I start working on? Fuck.
Oh, I've already started on the polluting. All this beautiful pollution. I'm just gonna absorb it all.
Where's our copper? Is there copper down here, or is that just brownness? Yeah, that's just brownness. Alright, I'm gonna go up to this copper resource up here and get us a bit of copper. What do we need to work on first? I've kind of lost track now.
Copper, Quinn. We need copper.
No, do you know what we need? We need efficient coal system. We need coal. So will you? I need those mines there, because that one here. Take this out.
Just take what you need. I've just made something
right.
that only works sometimes.
I'm just going to take those bits, and you can do the rest.
Okay.
I would move that for. Don't have them doing coal and iron, because it's just less efficient. So try and just get the The two of those working on iron, and I'll get you coal up there, okay?
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to need copper, we're going to need power, and we're going to need science. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Science is very important.
Sorry, you were saying about Evolve.
I
kinda
was?
interrupted
Oh,
you
yes,
there.
yes, I was. Yes, I was. I was
Or
saying
was I saying something?
games, free-to-play games, are not my cup of tea.
But yeah, they are mostly MMOs. They are mostly complete garbage, and they're also mostly full of monetizing.
Oh,
really.
yeah, money grabbing, they're getting your money.
Like, and that would annoy me. Like, now, Evolve, I have to say, like, obviously, Evolve does do a certain amount of monetizing. Sorry, do you have any iron plates I could have?
How many do you need?
As many as you can give.
There's 50 there.
Right. Sorry, I should turn that on. Evolve, like, I know you have to kind of grind your way towards getting characters and stuff, but at the same time, it doesn't actually take that long to
No, if there's a character you really
you
want, you can get him. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing stopping you from
it
getting
doesn't
him.
actually take that long, that many games though either, like to get a character.
Let's
And
say
what-
about 10 games will get you a character. About 10 games, and each game is about
Yeah.
15 minutes long, give or take,
Yeah.
depending on how good the monster is and how good your team are.
And it also kind of depends on like what I like about the system in Evolve is in a way it kind of encourages you to play new characters and different classes, because it gives you more coins and stuff for playing stuff that you haven't played before, which I think is a really cool way of doing it, because it encourages people not to be just doing their preferred one, their always preferred one.
You see, I have a preferred one. I like support. Support seems to me work great for me. I don't know why.
But I like, and I'll play tracker, but but my point is like that the game tries to encourage you not to just play those ones, not to just play the class you always play, and because you will get more coins and stuff if you play a character you haven't played in like before, or you have played very little of, and especially if you win games with them with that character and stuff like that. And I think that's quite a cool way to doing it, and I like that it's not too grindy either, that you can get stuff, and there's stuff on free rotation, which means that you get to try out different stuff as well. Like, and like I found like there's a couple of one of the tracker characters, Jack, like he was on rotation the first week I started playing Evolve, and like I think I love him. He's still my favorite character, and I find that like none of the trackers I've played ever since then have ever been as good as him, and because of that, what was I getting at there? No, but like that, because of that, like if say I'm then buying a character, I'll go for him because like I want that tracker, and therefore you don't actually have to it's not like you're grinding to get all the characters, because you need all the characters if you want to be able to compete in that game. You usually find your one preferred in each class, and usually you have your couple of preferred classes, so all in all you're probably only looking to unlock like maybe 3 things, you know.
Yeah.
Probably your preferred monster and your two preferred characters in your preferred classes, you know.
Oh yeah. I know. I can see where you're going. But the thing is, I don't know. I wish there was a better, searching algorithm. Like when I play, I do have to wait a good five minutes to connect to people willing to play the game. And then when you're connected to people who don't understand the game, that can be quite frustrating. You know what I mean? When you've been playing it for weeks, and then you're constantly teamed up with people who you've never played before, and it can be a bit tedious. But on the other hand, it's not a game. Like I play it.
But I think that's also where Dota had it right, where if you quit out of a game, you get punishment, you know, and that encouraged people not to quit like that, because it's such a pain in the ass when you're trying to join in the game and people quit out on you, and that is one of the most frustrating things when you're playing a multiplayer game, is when people quit out on you, and then you have to load and wait for another game and another group of players who will probably quit as well. and it's just that is like you're saying, real pain in the ass, you know, and especially if you're just jumping in for a quick game, you know, and people doing that, you're just so frustrating because you're just like, I just want to spend 10 minutes, you know, killing a monster,
and not 10 minutes waiting around,
blasting them with my lasers, you know. It is a bit. I didn't get this at all at first, but it's a game that's actually nice and complex, but not too complex. Like, it's so easy to learn, but there is you learn better. There's good ways of playing characters, like any good multiplayer game like that. You know, there's good and bad ways of playing those kind of characters and stuff, and obviously not to the extent of likes of Dota and stuff like that, because Dota is on its own.
It's been worked on. It's been worked on for a long time.
Yeah, like but also I think the part of the reason Dota is, I think part of the complexity of Dota is really to do with the players and what the players did with Dota.
Yeah.
In terms of like the players created a lot of the different tactics and things like that you do in the game, and it's impossible to design a game to be as complex as Dota, really, you know, and it just that you can't predict what players are going to do, and you like sure, like say in what they've done with Overwatch, you know, they've tested that. I still don't think Overwatch is ever going to have that complexity that Dota has, and that's because partially, I'd say to a certain amount, it's because of that first-person nature of Overwatch as well, because the fast-pacedness of that, it means that it'll
be a bit random. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It'll be a certain amount of random, and it's harder to do tactics. Whereas in Dota, there's so much going on screen, and things can be really fast-paced, but at the same time,
it's all manageable.
It can slow down, and you're managing it, and you have to really be thinking as you're doing it, and you have to be very aware of what you're doing at any time, and things like that. So, it's a funny one, you know. It's very difficult for developers to create good games, good competitive games that are also going to be complex like that, because that's what people like. People like the complexity of games, games like that, and especially people want them to be able to like master certain master certain classes and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. Like, I mean, there are I've been watching a tiny bit on Overwatch, and there are certain ways to play certain classes, and there's things you can do to be better at it, things you can do to be a bit, you know, tactical. But it's still going to be random, because that first-person nature, like you said, will always have.
I have a lot of problems with Overwatch, though. Like,
do you?
Yeah, like, you know,
I know. It's you wouldn't pay that much money for playing
Overwatch.
It doesn't have as much content as for the money. You know what I mean? You're not.
Like,
you're paying for the name. You're paying for the brand. You're paying for Blizzard. Really.
You're paying for Blizzard, yeah.
And I don't like that, but I mean,
I just don't think Overwatch is as good as everybody thinks it is. I'm sure it's perfectly fun, but I think you will just get as much. I would probably get as much joy out of Evolve as I would out of Overwatch, is the thing. And I haven't played any of it yet, so like I am a bit blind in that sense. But at the same time,
are you gonna pay 60 quid for it? Is it 60 quid?
It's 60 on consoles. It's 40 for PC, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I wouldn't be there checking the prices like, wait until it's €1 cheaper.
I wouldn't be in a rush to get it, because as much as it looks fun, it totally looks like the kind of fun that I would totally get out of something like Gmod or Evolve, and like games like that where you just pick it up and you play a couple of games and then you're kind of done after that. That doesn't. I don't want to pay a huge amount for that, even when it has lots of cool characters like that.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Also,
what
disappointed me about Overwatch is it had such a cool. They built up a cool lore. Like I have to say, there's some amazing stuff like about Overwatch, and I think the characters are all really cool. I think it's a really well built up lore that I'm really interested in. And
well, I don't know much about the lore really. It doesn't really interest me that much because I don't play it.
I know I've looked into the lore. I was somebody who was very excited about Overwatch, and then Overwatch got released, or I saw some of the footage in the last month, and it was just like this has got nothing. This has got like some multiplayer games, and that's it, you know. And it hasn't got. It didn't do anything with all that lore. It didn't do anything with all those cool characters, and it had so much potential to do cool things. Like I don't know if you remember when we're back when we were doing our Wii phase, and we played a bunch of Super Smash Bros.
Oh, jeez, that game.
And I remember the campaign. Do you remember the campaign in that?
That was pretty fun, I have to say. It was interesting because
that was a great campaign. I was looking back at some of that, like, and I had another go at some of it, and like I'd really love to play it again. I would want to play it with friends again.
I would.
That's the appeal of it.
I would.
But it is actually a really cool, well done story with a load of characters who don't talk, and it's just cool because it's dark as well in a way. Like all these people are getting turned into statues and collected. Other ones are getting turned against all the other people, and it felt really fun and cool how you were
all the characters you grew up with, like fucking Link, fucking
all the Pokemon.
Bowser. I can't really remember much now, to be honest. It's been a good. How many years ago was it since we properly played that?
It's been a long time. I actually can't remember.
It's been so
what
long.
Age we were.
So long.
But yeah, it's been years. But like that was a really fun game, and it had all these cool random characters. And I was when I saw Overwatch, I really did envision them doing something cool like that with Overwatch, and doing some campaign that it didn't need to be awfully deep or anything. It just needed to be
good, something
that was a fun mishmash of all these characters, you know. And that's what Super Smash Bros. Brawl did. Like it justified the gameplay you were doing, which was so fun. It's such a fun game to play, that one. And it had all these random people come together in this universe, and it didn't try to explain itself. It didn't try and tell you, oh well, this is why all these universes are clashing together, and this is this, that, and the other. It just went, this is the fucking world you're in, deal with it, you know.
Are you taking all the coal from the conveyor belts that I'm trying to fill up?
I'm feeding the copper.
Stop it! It's slowing down the iron.
Sorry. Hold on. I'll up the coal production.